week's holiday in a French chateau that they were about to find out did not actually exist. But of course it did. They'd looked it up on TripAdvisor, and it had loads of reviews, almost all positive. It was the rubbish sat-nav app on his phone that was at fault here. Roy had started the journey in their rented car, a Citroën Space Tourer, in a very happy frame of mind. He was looking forward to this summer break in a gorgeous house in northwest France and to rare quality time with his family. It might be their last family holiday for some while, as Cleo was now 5 months pregnant. Yet something was starting to niggle him. It was like a darkness steadily rising inside him, just as the sky, loaded with rain, was steadily darkening outside. It was nearly 4 p.m., and it didn't look as if there was going to be any evening sun today. The tall trees made the road seem even darker, more like night than a summer afternoon. "Papa, how much longer?" Bruno asked. Roy caught Cleo's eye and saw she was grinning. She knew how much Bruno was annoying him, actually annoying both of them, and she was also pretty sure Bruno kept saying it on purpose, just to really piss them off. It was something the 11-year-old seemed to like doing. One day, Bruno could put annoying people down on his CV as his hobby. "Not much longer, Bruno," Roy said. "It'll be great when we get there, I'm sure." And it sure looked amazing in the photos on the internet. Château-sur-l'Avec. A pool, tennis court, bicycles, beautiful grounds, deer park. Roy took his eyes off the road for a fraction of a second to glance again at Bruno in the mirror, but all he could see was the back of his iPad. In the middle of their rear seat sat their delightful 28-year-old Californian nanny, Caitlin, who had become something of a family friend. She was sandwiched between Bruno and their 2-year-old son, Noah, in his child seat. Roy and Cleo had offered Caitlin and her boyfriend, Jack Alexander, a detective sergeant on Roy's team, a free holiday. In return, she would occasionally look after Noah while he and Cleo went out on some of the long bike rides they'd been looking forward to. So far as he could tell, Caitlin had spent the entire journey either texting or Snapchatting or playing games on her phone. She'd also said that she'd been trying to call Jack to see if he'd arrived safely, but hadn't had any luck getting through to him. The rain got worse. This was France, mid-August, and a week of solid sunshine was forecast. So far, not a great start. Cleo peered at the map on her phone, also trying to find the road. She'd been trying for 10 minutes now. Rue de Juin. Then she shouted out, "Got it! About 3 kilometers ahead. The directions the chateau gave us say to turn left off this road, then the entrance will be 4 kilometers along on the left, and we can't miss it." "Brilliant," Roy said. "Well done, finally. Please God they can give us something to eat. I'm starving." "We all are," Cleo said. Roy glanced at the clock. 3:45 p.m. "Try calling them again, just so they know we're only minutes away."
"Roy, I'm sure if Jack's already there, he'll have asked them to keep some food for us," Caitlin said. "I've texted him as I can't get through on the phone to tell him that."
Jack had to go to Paris yesterday to take a statement from 2 French police officers for one of Roy's cases that was coming to trial. He was going straight from Paris to the chateau, a 200-kilometre drive, and should have been there by midday. Roy and Cleo had planned to arrive by 1 p.m. to give them time to enjoy their first afternoon on holiday, but the early morning Newham to Dieppe ferry had been late. Then the sat-nav had taken them way off track, making them even later. They'd tried calling the chateau several times. Each time all they got was crackle and a faint voice shouting, "Bonjour! Bonjour! Hello?" Then the phone would go dead. As Cleo dialed yet again, Bruno announced, reading from his iPad, "Papa, Mama, listen." "Yes, Bruno," Cleo said. "It says that next to being in a car, this is where you're most likely to die. Guess where?" "In an aeroplane?" said Cleo, who did not like flying. "Wrong." "Your kitchen?" Roy Grace said.
"Wrong. That is the third most likely place. It says here the next most likely place to die is on holiday. We're in a car and we are on holiday. Doesn't that make it probable we are all going to die?"
Roy frowned. Bruno often